Hi everybody, welcome back to Art Supply Guide. Today what I wanted to do is I want to show you guys how to draw a bird. It's something very simple and it's really easy. So what I'm gonna do is what I want you to do is get your pencil and just draw a circle. It can just be a really sloppy circle. And then what I want you to do after that is just draw another circle overlapping it. Kind of like that, maybe a little bit to the side depending on where you want to look. Now you're going to take your eraser and erase that. So now what you have is the head and the body of the bird, loosely. So now what you're going to do is you're going to draw its beak. So about right in the middle, you're going to take a point and you're going to go in to the circle a little bit in this direction. Have the same thing here. And then you're gonna continue that line out like so. So there you have the mouth of the bird. And this is great. Now with that, you're just gonna have a little circle and there you go. That's the bird's eyes. And then what you're gonna do here is after you're done, you're gonna come around and kind of get rid of that. So as you can see, this is a very fluffy bird and so this could easily be just a little baby. And then what you could do is draw 3 little ticks and let me try that again. This is why we have erasers. And you can go back and if you make a mistake, you can just, there we go. So we're gonna draw a short, long, and short one. Now here's the fun part is how fluffy you wanna make your bird. I like making mine really fat and fluffy. So what I like to do is I'm going to come back and just make little marks. Just kind of scruff them up a little bit. You know, make them nice and fat. Because we like fat birds, a healthy bird. And then we're gonna go get the head and do the same thing. Might give them a little bit more on the back. Just kind of do this. Now what you can do, and then depending on what kind of bird you want, but now that we have his feet here, I'm gonna draw a little branch. So I'm gonna come out, just draw some little lines. And it is totally fine. Your branch does not need to be perfectly straight because branches aren't in nature. So I'm actually gonna come out and have some liberties and I'm just gonna make it wide there and maybe even like indented here. That way I can show you guys just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And the greatest part about an eraser is that you can always come back and finish those little edits. And what I'm gonna do is on the back of him, about right here, I'm gonna draw a little line and then continuing where it would go. Now this would be the outer part of his tail, so this is probably gonna be the shorter part. And because this is your bird, you know, make his tail however long you want. I'm gonna give him a really long tail. And you can make his tail look like anything. I'm just gonna draw 3 little circles. And then I'm gonna get my pencil, just kind of draw some darkness here, maybe some lines, give a little bit of texture, that. Or what you can, or you can have a tail like go up, you can give him like a little tail, or you can give him something like out and pretty. And then with his fur, this is something you could do with a reference. Again, all artists use reference, so there's nothing wrong with it. But choosing something like your favorite bird or your favorite pattern. So I'm gonna give him a little patch here on his chest. And then what I'll probably do is just go back and color it. And the greatest part about this bird is that he's so fat. Because he's so fat, you don't need to draw like details and feathers. But about where you have your little patch, you're just gonna come around and just kind of really lightly, just like tick, 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 like that. Just like there. And then just draw a little tick, 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 tick right there. And there you go. You got your little bird. And then you would come back and just erase anything. And then because this is a very like cartoon bird, a very simple one, you don't have to, you know, you can even come back and give his chest some more texture, just like little tick marks, and just kind of make his chest all puffy, or her, whichever one you want to identify the bird as. It's gonna come back around, and then on his feathers, maybe add some more little lines. Again, this is just my preference. This is what I like to do whenever I'm drawing birds. Just like little lines, and there's really no technique to it. I'm really just drawing light lines. There you go. Cool. And then now that you've done that, you can come back and say, oh, I love this bird, but the branch is kind of boring. Just, you know, a little circle. Draw some little flowers. No, nothing too crazy. Or because, you know what? That's going to be another video. We're going to draw that. So then I'll go ahead and just add that. And then to the branch, what you could do is you could leave it like that once you come back and like color or anything. Or you can add some light lines to give it a more realistic branch feel. And they don't have to be straight lines either. In nature, branches have all kinds of lines, all different ways. I would definitely suggest doing different weights of the pencil. So maybe one line could be a little bit darker, but then this line is really light, or like this line is really light, can't really see it. Kind of come back, just darken that up a little bit. And there you go. You have your bird. Another thing you can do with your bird, and I'm gonna draw it over here, is you can do the same thing. So I'm just gonna do a rough take, and it depends on what you wanna do. You can either draw the body or the head first. I like drawing the, it really just depends on what you like doing. So that rough circle, I'm gonna come back. And if you're like, I don't like the way I don't like the feet of this, I don't like the way it works, you can just come back in little lines, or you just don't want to draw the tail or whatever, you can just come back. Again, different length of lines to give it a more realistic nest look. And with this, you can even cheat a little bit because you can draw the nest in front of him. So you don't have to, again, different lengths of lines, what you want to do, definitely different weights, but you do want it to be a little bit thicker. And then after you've done that, you can come back in front of him and draw the lines. And then in the back, you can draw little tick marks. That way it's like a 360 and it's going around the bird. And then again, I'm gonna draw him looking this way. So I'm gonna just indent, line. I'm gonna make him a different. Come back, do this one. Messed up a little bit, but that's okay. That's why we have erasers. I'll come back and fluff them up a little bit. I'm doing it a little bit out of order because I'm just trying to do a rough run through. And then just draw them like all fat and fluffy. And I won't even give them like wings, but I'll give them like a little poof. Because maybe he's a baby and he doesn't have his fully grown wings yet. I'll just give him a little poof right there. And there we go. So we have a bird on a branch, and then we have a regular bird in a nest. But again, when you make these birds, you don't have to draw them with the tail or with the branch. It was just a suggestion about what you need. And that's it. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And be sure to check out our website at artsupplyguide.com. All right, see you soon. Bye.